In this module, we shall study about IFRS, Principle-Based System. Today, work is underway around the world to shift toward a single set of high-quality standards through the global adoption of IFRS. As IFRS is approved in more nations, officials, preparers and auditors will face the contest of working together with the IASB to make sure that IFRS is principles based. In this module, we shall study about IFRS, Principle Based System. Today, work is underway around the world to shift toward a single set of high quality standards through the global adoption of IFRS. As IFRS is approved in more nations, officials, preparers, auditors and investors will face the contest of working together with the IASB to make sure that IFRS is principle based. Our discourse among global capital markets shareholders regarding what institutes a high quality principles based standard is needed. For long, in many parts of the world, the accounting standards are too far skewed towards the rules-based side of the spectrum. An appropriate reform agenda focuses on pushing the pendulum toward a system which would enable principles-based standards and a greater use of judgment to become the norm. The characteristics that are believed to be the key elements of a high-quality principles-based accounting standard are: first, authentic presentation of economic reality; second, receptive to users' needs for clarity and transparency; third, regularity with a clear conceptual framework; fourth, based on an appropriately defined possibility that addresses a broad area of accounting; fifth, written in clear, concise and plain language; sixth, allows for the use of reasonable judgment. After studying this module, you shall be able to know about the principle-based system, understanding the conceptual framework, examine the difficulties of the principle-based system, learn the assumptions in IFRS, understand the basis of fair value accounting, evaluate the difference between IFRS and GAAP. We shall now study about the conceptual framework. Characteristics of pure principle-based standards. Consistent with and derived from a conceptual framework. Concise explanation of the accounting objective and the integration of the objective into the standard. Few, if any, exceptions. No bright line test. An appropriate level of guidance is given to explain the application of the principles. More reliance is placed on professional judgment to apply the principles rather than the mechanical application of set rules. Let us now understand the role of conceptual framework. An IFRS requirement is principle based only when it is consistent with the concepts in the IASB's conceptual framework. Conceptual framework sets out agreed concepts that underline financial reporting. Next, objective. The objective of financial statements is to make available information about the financial situation, financial performance and cash flows of an entity that is useful to a wide variety of users in the construction of economic decisions. Financial statements also show the outcomes of the management's stewardship of the resources commended to it. Next is qualitative characteristics. Qualitative characteristics of financial statements include relevance, that is materiality, faithful representation. Enhancing qualitative characteristics include comparability, verifiability, timeliness and last, understandability. Next, element definitions. The elements openly related to the dimension of the statement of financial situation include assets. An asset is a source organized by the individual as an outcome of past events and from which future profitable welfares are estimated to flow to the entity. Liability. A liability is an existing obligation of the individual rising from the past events, the settlement of which is expected to result in a discharge from the entity of resources representing economic benefits, that is, assets. Equity. Nominal equity is the nominal lasting importance of the nominal assets of the entity after removing all its liabilities in nominal value. Financial performance contains the following elements which are renowned in the income statement or other inclusive income as required by the applicable IFRS standard. Revenues. Increases in economic profit during an accounting period in the form of inflows or development of assets or reduction in liabilities that result in increases in equity. However, it does not comprises of contributions made by the equity contributors, for example, owners, partners or shareholders. Expenses. Decreases in economic welfare during an accounting period in the form of outflows or reduction of assets or incurrence of liabilities that result in decreases in equity. However, these don't comprises of distributions made to the equity contributors. Next, difficulties associated with pure principles based standards. Loss of comparability because of management and auditor discretion in the application of the principles. Greater struggle in seeking remedies contrary to bad actors either through implementation or litigation. Concern by preparers and auditors that regulatory agencies might not accept good faith judgments. Moving on to the assumptions of IFRS. There are 4 underlying assumptions in IFRS. First, economic entity. Economic activity can be recognized with particular entity of accountability. That means corporation must separate its arrangement from the owners and other business. Second, going concern. The company will have permanence and will be function for probable future. Third, monetary unit. Money is used as a common denominator of economic activity and offers appropriate basic accounting measurement and analysis. It overlooks price level changes such as inflation and deflation because it assumes that the unit of measure currency remains steady, except if they dramatically change such as hyperinflation. Fourth, accrual basis. The dealings in accounting are logged when the events are documented as they occur, not when cash is paid or received. Let us discuss the disclosure in IFRS. According to the dictionary, disclosure means process of revealing something. Big companies are supervised by society and government. Thus, it is necessary to provide clear information by using disclosure. There are some purposes of using disclosure, such as giving relevant information to investors and creditors. Moreover, it is important to draw decision and influence the judgment. IASB stated that financial report should be understood by all of related people in business, whether they already have some basics towards economy of business or not. Disclosure should be put on financial report to help the users catch the essence of financial reports. There are 3 different places where we can find disclosure. First, within the main body of financial statement. Financial statements are statement of financial position, income statement or statement of comprehensive income, statement of cash flows and statement of change in equity. Thus, the user can find the relevant information through the items that make up financial statement by read it directly. Second, in the notes. The notes are used when the main body of financial statement gives incomplete information of company's performance and position. Note can be fully or partially narrative. It includes the description of policies in accounting and methods used in measuring performance. Notes can explain in qualitative terms information related to the specific financial statement items. Moreover, notes provide measurable nature supplemental data to expand the information. They can explain constraint imposed by financial arrangements contracts. The notes can be very important to knowing and understanding of the position and performance of company. Although notes may be hard technically to understand in some cases. IFRS requires specific disclosures to discuss items in the financial statements. For example, items of property, plant and equipment are disaggregated into classes like land, building, etc. Third, as supplementary information. It includes details that present different viewpoint from that adopted in the financial statements. It may be computable information with high in significance but low in reliability. It may also include the management's information of the financial information and the significance of information. IAS International Accounting Standard number 1 also addresses some related issues in order to specifics related to individual financial statements and notes. They are offsetting. It is important to report separately assets and liabilities, income and expenses. Otherwise, it may be difficult for users to understand the transactions that occurred in the company. Next, consistency. Comparability is one of the improving qualitative features. As part of the comparability, the companies should follow consistent principles and method from one period to another period. Next, fair presentation. Fair presentation means the company should fully faithful representation of transaction and events using the definitions and recognition criteria. We shall now understand the fair value in IFRS. Historical cost is used broadly in conventional accounting standard, but in IFRS we see the word fair value. Fair value is defined as an opinion used in accounting and defined as the quantity for which an asset should be substituted, a liability recognized, or an equity instrument allowed could be replaced between informed willing parties in an arm's length transaction. Fair value is market based. Fair value is an option for certain types of assets and liabilities and in certain industries to get the information more useful. Comparing with historical cost. The using of fair value in IFRS is not a must. Fair value basically is offered as choice beside historical cost. But for definite financial tool, fair value is a must. This situation occurs when fair value is proposed to show the value of current financial instrument. Thus, for financial instrument that prioritizes value when it is sold, or if the manager of financial statements need the information almost the value of the financial instrument, fair value is the best option to use. The reason why IFRS can't absolutely using fair value is fair value could against limitation cost benefit for entity, which means the cost for presentation of financial statements should be lower than the profit. The low dependability of fair value will need more explanation. For example, the using of evaluation thus create the higher cost. Meanwhile, the others are still quarreling that dimension based on fair value improved subjectivity into accounting report when fair value statistics is not available. The principle of using fair value is a good idea, but in fact, it is hard to do, especially when the information about the fair value is not available in the market. In such circumstances, company may use assessment models based on reduced expected cash flow to reach at fair value measurements. A great deal of knowledge and judgment is needed to measure fair value representation faithful. Let us now discuss the IFRS versus US GAAP. IFRS is often similar to US GAAP since both strive to be principles based, in that they look to a body of accounting concepts. The IASB emphasizes the fundamental importance of standards that focus on principle, drawn clearly from the IASB's conceptual framework rather than on detailed rules. This approach needs both companies and their auditors to exercise expert judgment in the public interest by needing preparers to develop financial statements that provide a faithful representation of all transactions and necessitating auditors to resist client pressures. The method will not work without these assurances. The US financial reporting model is based mostly on principles, but added by extensive rules and guidelines. US GAAP is usually more precise in its requirements and includes detailed implementation guidance. Since the FASB's constituents have asked for comprehensive and specific standards. Let us now recapitulate what we have learned so far. The need was felt for a new structure that replaces the existing accounting standards are too far slanted toward the rules-based side of the spectrum. IFRS is a result of a dialogue among global capital markets stakeholders concerning what creates a high-quality principles-based standard is needed. IFRS is based on certain basic concepts. They are derived from a conceptual structure with few exceptions and with acceptable guidance to explain the application of the principles. The principles-based approach to the values and its internal flexibility allows the presentation of IAS/IFRS to countries with variety of accounting traditions and varying institutional conditions. Furthermore, the principles-based method involves foremost changes in the proficiency held by accountants and hence in their educational contextual training programs and in the organizational and business models of accounting firms. The standards set by the IAS/IFRS constitute a step forward in the process of accounting management, although there is still far to go in the comparability of accounting measures across countries and regions.